dat je luistert naar een nieuwe aflevering van Paul de Vries vanuit de podcaststudio in Ede met de missie de online automotive beter te maken. Dit doet Paul met de volgende partners met dezelfde missie. Marktplaats, Goldrip, Carmen Automotive BDC, Used Car Controller, Vinnacles en tweedehands.be.
Hey, welkom allemaal bij een nieuwe aflevering van onze podcast met de missie de online automotive beter maken. En vandaag gaan we dat doen met Tarek Kabrit van Seez Datadriven Solutions for car dealerships. Tarek, nice to have you online here in our studio.
Thanks, Paul. Pleasure to be here. Excited.
Thank you. And can you explain our audience who you are and what you are doing?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Tarek Kabrit. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Seez. Mm-hmm. Seez is a tech company operating in the automotive space. So we develop software for car dealers. We have 4 product lines. So the first one is an e-commerce solution. Think of it like a Shopify for car dealers. So we help dealers go from offline to having online capabilities, including financing, insurance, trade-in, everything. The second set of solutions we have is an omnichannel solution, and that's basically an in-showroom software that allows dealers to sell cars, obviously in the showroom, but from a customer perspective, it gives the customer the optionality to start in the showroom, finish at home, start at home, finish in the showroom, and really move in and out seamlessly between offline and online. The third line of products we have is artificial intelligence solutions. I'd love to tell you a bit more about them later. And then the fourth one is a ChatGPT solution for car dealers that can act as a full digital sales advisor, helping dealers, run customer support, sell cars, and do everything.
So, Tarek, one question. Why a specific in the automotive business? Why that vertical?
Yeah, good question. So we started out, I'll tell you the origin story of Seez, which ironically started because I don't know a lot about cars. So I was walking on the street one day. I was, between 2 jobs, haven't started my next job yet. And I saw a Mini Cooper and I liked it. And I told my friend who was walking with me, I've always wanted the Mini Cooper since I was in university. Maybe I should buy one for 2-3 months until I start my next job. Uh-huh. And I told him, how much does it cost? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, let me Google it. Which year is this car? He's like, I have no idea. I thought there should be an app where you take a picture of a car and it tells you, like Shazam, basically for music, what is this car, which year, how much it costs, and you can find similar cars around you. Went back to the office. It should be. There wasn't. So I went back to the office. I Googled it and there was nothing like it. So we decided to start Seez with that initially. And we built an app that helps you take a picture of any car and you find, what the car is and all of that. We had an AI chatbot, and that was 7 years ago before they became cool again now, that would actually send the sellers of the car messages and WhatsApp messages, negotiate the price on your behalf, check if the car has been in an accident, does it have a warranty. So it does all the work for you. Mm-hmm. And the app did pretty well. We started out initially in Dubai. We got to around 3 million users, 2.8 million users. And that was the first version of Seez. And since then, we've evolved more into the software side of things and the AI side of things.
Okay. And so the automotive is clear. And then you are based in Dubai, but also in Denmark, right? Why Denmark?
That's correct. So we have 2 offices. We have one in Dubai, one in Denmark. My co-founder is Danish. The first 4 engineers we ever hired were Danish. We moved them to Dubai. They didn't like the heat. They moved back a year later to Denmark. They liked the tax-free part, but they didn't like the heat so much.
Everybody likes the tax-free part.
Exactly. No one likes the heat. So we got a big project initially with a big group in Denmark called Hessel. They're, second largest dealer group, Mercedes dealer in Denmark. So we started working with them, and then we got another project with a group called Nick Christensen, which is the 3rd largest dealer in Denmark. And then, the ball started there, and there's a lot of traction there. So we set up an office, and we have presence in Denmark now.
So on the 4 pillars you have as the company. Yeah, you mentioned it is like the first one as a Shopify for car dealers. So what do you actually sell to them on the first pillar? Do you sell the whole website, or do you sell only the search result page in the VDP or the VDP page or the back end? What is actually the product?
Yeah, great question. So what we do, I mean, we can obviously build the website. The first bit of the website is not the hard part, but it's not at the core of that product. So what that product is, it's a subscription model. So it's not a web development solution. It's a software. And what we offer is from inside the dealer's website, the search and select. So once you start selecting the cars and searching onwards towards an online buying journey, we take over that section of the site.
Okay.
And we offer software that allows you from searching for the car, you select it, you click start purchase journey. From there onwards, everything that relates to financing, insurance, trade-in, registration, delivery, document signature, document upload, all that happens under our umbrella. It's supported by a back-end system called Seez Pad, where one of the things that a lot of dealers, when they start thinking about online buying, they don't put enough thought in, is they think about the online buying journey from a customer perspective. And then they think, okay, great, we just need online buying on the website, and that's all. The customer can do everything. A big part of that online buying journey is what happens on the dealer side as well, right? So the sales guy still needs to approve a trade-in, confirm that the financing came through, sign the documents, add any extras on the car, all that kind of stuff. That needs to happen on an admin panel back-end system. And that solution for us is something we call Seez Pad. And that comes hand in hand with the e-commerce solution.
Okay, and you made it in your own database. It is your product.
Absolutely. So it's our product. It's a back-end system. It can be branded for the dealers if they wish to do so. So we can call it Pole Pad or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. But from there, it's really the back-end capabilities from leads management, test drives management, orders, inventory, customers. It has all that capability in-house. It's not a DMS, but it basically has everything relating to the purchase journey.
So the first question the Dutch dealer will ask, it is not in DMS, but will it talk to my DMS?
Absolutely. So it has to, right? So when you're buying and selling the car, you need to see the cars, which you need that integration. But almost more importantly, you can see the cars in other ways. But most importantly, when you start a purchase journey, you need the capability to reserve a car, unreserve it, delete it if it's sold. Because what you don't want is someone buying a car online and the same car is already sold offline 5 minutes ago, and then they put a deposit. It's a big mess for everybody. So we do definitely need that integration with the DMS. It's something we take care of. So we help the dealers by integrating with those DMSs. Obviously, the world of DMSs is a big world, and there's the ugly and the pretty and the not so pretty there. And depending on what DMS the dealer has, which version of that DMS the dealers has, there are different ways to do it. Yeah. Most of the time, we do find a solution and a way around it, but it's something obviously that it's a milestone that we need to cross, and it takes a bit of time. If we have integrated with the DMS previously, it becomes much easier for us for number 2 and 3, obviously.
Yeah. So on the other hand, so if I have my VDP page, I'm getting at the bottom of the page about the price. On that section, you can integrate your solution, right?
Correct. From there, you can have obviously booking a test drive and all that stuff as well. Yeah.
But on the other hand, that first pillar goes automatically and goes to the second pillar, right? That you have a point of sales system where everybody can talk to the same offer, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. I mean, this is our vision of how the experience ideally should be, right? Some dealers still just want e-commerce and they're like, offline, we want to do whatever we do. We believe the two need to be connected, just because it doesn't make sense for the customer to have one type of journey online and a totally different software when they go to the showroom. Yeah, they can really start an order, spend an hour and a half applying and customizing and whatever, and then they stop, they go to the showroom, they have to start all over. Customers don't like that because they feel they've invested the time and effort in starting, and then they go to the showroom, they expect to continue from there. And vice versa. Sometimes they go to the showroom, they spend an hour with the sales guy, they start an order, whatever, but then they need to go, they want to think about it, they want to do something, and they don't want to have to drive back to the dealer the next day just to sign the last 2 papers. They want to be able to finish that from home. Again, we give that capability as well.
So because in our first conversation we spend a lot of energy and time on the second pillar, so you actually are able to make a system within the dealer where they can have like a lead management system, a CRM system, where they can make offers, contracts, etc., where the offline and the online is going to integrate all together, right?
That's exactly it. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So on the third pillar, you're talking about AI when there was no AI presence.
Yeah. So so we started again from our app days seven years ago. Almost all the features we had there were AI driven. So the image recognition obviously was AI. Like you take a picture of a car, it needs to figure out what the car is. The robot that does the negotiation was AI. The car valuation tool to predict the value of the car was AI. So the first 4 engineers we hired were all AI engineers. And we doubled down on that space in the early days. Then when COVID hit, we had to refocus our business basically from a revenue perspective. We didn't know how long COVID is going to last. No one was buying cars. The showrooms were shut down. So we felt shifting the focus towards automotive SaaS, where the dealer suddenly woke up and said, let's digitize because our showroom is shut down. Amazon was having their best year ever and dealers were having their worst year ever during COVID. So we decided to really take all the learnings and the tools we've built with the app and the AI and really adapt that to the software side of the business.
Yeah, and so what is there? What kind of example can you give that you are using AI, but not mentioning the image, the proposals, etc., but some other new and cool things?
Yeah. So I'll talk about 2 of them. I think those are one of the 2 that I like the most. So one is car scoring, car attractiveness score. And that is basically a score that we give to each car that the dealer has in their inventory from 1 to 100. The closer it is to 100, it means the car will sell faster. So 98 means it'll sell in 2 days, 80 means it sells in 2 weeks, so on and so forth. And the way we calculate that score is we look at 3 sets of data. The first set of data is car-specific data. So the color, the interior, the options, the price versus the market value, all that kind of stuff. The second set of data is car interaction data. So how many people looked at that car on the dealer's website? How many people saved that car? How many people looked at similar cars? Because that also tells something about the attractiveness of the car. When they looked at the pictures, how many seconds did they spend on each picture? And did they look at all 10 pictures or only the first picture, right? Everything really. So we measure every interaction online and offline with that car. And the third set of data, depending on the market, we either buy that data, we partner with the classified or whatever we need to do. We collect data from classifieds. Yeah. Basically, how many similar cars are for sale, what are they priced at, how fast are they moving, all that. We take all these 3 sets of data, we feed it into the algorithm, and it gives us that score. And that score can help the dealer, if they're buying a trade-in, they go in, plug in the trade-in's details, and like, okay, if I buy this car now at 100,000 euros, I can sell it in 2 weeks. Great, let me buy it. Or if they're listing their cars on a classified, maybe sometimes reducing the price by 50 euros can allow you to sell it 3 days faster, but you don't know that. So it gives them that indication. And we have a customer in Benelux, actually in Belgium, looking to possibly introduce dynamic pricing. Meaning the prices of their cars go up and down automatically on the website based on supply and demand at any given point in time, like hotels and airline tickets and all that kind of stuff.
It is what it is, but it is very spooky, but it is what it is, what it can be, because we know from all the data that, for example, what you mentioned, if you are on the VDP page and you're looking at the pictures, you are engaged, right? That's nothing strange. Right. But if you are using the back button to go back to the photo 4 instead of photo 9 or something, you are definitely engaged with that.
You hit it on the head. It's small things like that It sounds silly just clicking the back button, but that shows a lot of interest because you moved on and then you came back because that's that. Now you're serious. There's something you like.
Something, and
Absolutely.
And then you need a trigger as a salesperson. And sometimes I can say, hey, it's already difficult to force a salesperson to follow up a lead anyway, and I don't have to bother him with a potential lead using a backspace. But at the end, some of the things we can organize or automate it, right, on that behalf. So
let me just tell you about the second AI, because it fits exactly what you're saying about the customer. So the second AI tool we have is something similar like the car, but from a customer perspective. Mm-hmm. So what we do is based on the customer behavior, exactly like you said, if they press the back button to see a car, the order of things, did they leave the website and then come back later, how much time they spend there. When they look at cars, are they similar cars or two very different cars? Because if it's very different cars, maybe they're just browsing, right? If it's similar cars, then it's more real. If they're looking at Ferraris, then maybe they're just dreaming. If they're looking at Audis, maybe it's more realistic. So given your behavior, we give the score to a customer and we can predict how likely is that customer to buy a car. And that score gets used in digital marketing to retarget the customers with a higher score with a bigger budget. Instead of you retargeting everybody that touches your website and leaves with the same, euro amount, you concentrate the digital marketing towards the people that are more likely to buy a car.
Makes sense. But on the other hand as well, if you know that people are shopping for the same kind of cars and they landed on one car, on one specific Audi A4, whatever, they submit a lead on that one. But you know actually that they are searching also for the other Audi A4s. Yeah. Then you are stupid if you only offer them that Audi
one. Exactly. Exactly.
Maybe they are searching at another dealership for a different kind of A4, which you actually also have, but the lead is not coming on that specific car.
On that car, absolutely. Then you have a full overview of, and this is really interesting because then you have a full overview of their needs, not just what they're clicking on, right? Because then you're like, I know that this person is looking for an A4 or an A5, for example.
Yeah.
Versus on my website, I just saw him click on an A5. But then when you have the broader picture, you get a better understanding of what they need. They need an Audi of a sedan of that size, roughly, right?
So, and the last one is the
ChatGPT, and that's our new baby, and it's basically an automotive specific chatbot that we use multiple large language models. So large language models are the engine that drive the chatbots. And we use multiple depending on what kind of questions you ask and the speed and the cost and all of that stuff. And basically it's trained on automotive. It is integrated into the dealer's ecosystem. So it's linked to their inventory, their financing, their leads management. So when you book a lead, it goes into the actual lead. And it's a 24/7 customer support. It doesn't sleep. You can ask a question at 3 a.m. It'll answer you very quickly. Most of the time, it answers better than a lot of humans would actually, faster because it has more information. It doesn't mess up, so it doesn't recommend the competitor. It doesn't talk about anything non-car related. It doesn't say anything bad about the dealer and all of that. And it allows the customer three things in my view. One, it gives you a very like a concierge service while you're on the website. So if you don't know where to click or what to do, or I bought a car online, I want to give it back, but I also sold you my trade-in and I have financing, what do I do now? It can help you solve that problem while you're on the site. Two, and this is my favorite part, is it gives you a very personal, customized experience. Because right now, Paul, if you go on a dealer website and I go on that same site, we see the same cars on the front page. You click on the white car, I click on the white car, we see the same car details. With this chatbot, each one of us, based on the questions you ask and the questions I ask, will have a very different experience. You'll see different cars based on your needs. I'll see different ones. Your follow-up questions will allow you to see different things. So each one of us has a very customized, personal experience on the website, which is not possible with filters and drop-down menus.
But are you still having then, do you need still call to action buttons, submit a lead, if you have the chat? Can you go without any forms?
Yeah, you can definitely, you can go with the way of saying, book a test drive for me next Tuesday morning, and then it can do that. Customers still sometimes are just easier than a back and forth, because if you have a form where you need to put your name, phone number, location, whatever, the bot will be, what's your name, you put it in, what's your location, you put it in. Sometimes the form is just faster, you go and put in everything, but it's definitely possible. And the last piece is convenience, honestly, because right now, if you go on a dealer website, let's say it's a BMW dealership, if you want to see the cars, you go on the dealer's website. Yeah. If you want to see a different model, you have to go on the drop-down menu, filter, search all over again. Then if you want to compare that BMW you see here to a Mercedes you looked at somewhere else, you have to go on the Mercedes dealer website. If you want to read reviews about it, you have to go to the Top Gear website. Yeah. If you want to know where the location of the dealer is and how to get there, you go on Google Maps. Like, you're literally jumping between 7, 8, 9, 10 websites to complete that journey. Now, inside that chat, you can do all of this stuff from one place, and the dealer controls that environment. They have knowledge of what you're asking, what you're doing, and all of that, which I think, is a huge, plus for the dealers in terms of insights and all that. Again, all the bots that we built are dealer specific. So each dealer will have their own bot on their own server that they train, and it gets better and better with time for them.
Because one dealer wants to be informal, one dealer wants to be formal language.
Exactly. Exactly. And the more training they put into it, the more value it has to them. So let's say they have it for a year and it's been trained. Now a new sales guy or customer support guy comes, they can use that bot as a trainer, or say, hey, this is how you answer this question in a better way, right? So instead of them leaving and taking the knowledge with them, the knowledge stays within the dealership, right?
Sure. 2 questions left. So you are based in Dubai, based in Denmark. Do you have already clients at the European continent without Denmark?
Yeah, so we have, we actually work with 4 of the biggest 15 dealers in Europe already. So we have presence in Switzerland, Germany, and Italy, and Denmark, obviously.
Okay. Yeah. So not yet in the Benelux, right? Not in Belgium?
Not yet. Hopefully after the podcast, Benelux will be our biggest market.
Sure. I hope for you, of course. So if somebody listens to this podcast and he needs or she needs some information about your company, what's the best way to be in contact with you guys?
So our website is seez.co.co, and we have a help email there, but they're also welcome to email me directly. My name is Tarek, Tarek, @seez.co as well.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Tarek, for our conversation. Thank you for your opportunity to be here on the online studio. En voor onze luisteraars natuurlijk, volgende keer weer een nieuwe podcast met een nieuwe gast, met dezelfde missie, samen de online automotive beter maken. Thank you, Tarek.
Thanks a lot, Paul. Great having me here. Take care. Bye.
Dank u wel voor het luisteren naar de DCDW-podcast van Paul de Vries met de missie om de online automotive beter te maken. Vond u deze podcast interessant? Abonneer dan meteen via Spotify, Soundcloud of iTunes. En deel deze podcast via LinkedIn met uw netwerk. De DCDW-podcast van Paul de Vries wordt mede mogelijk gemaakt door de volgende partners: Marktplaats, Goldrip, Carmen Automotive BDC, Used Car Controller, Vinnacles en Tweedehands.be.